All right, let's get straight to the point. These are my top 10 film composers that I can't miss right now. Meaning, I have a season pass to them. I have a subscription. Whatever they release, I'm gonna check them out. I can't miss what they're doing. And let's just get to it. The number 10, I have the Newton Brothers. And this is solely based on the release of X-Men 97. I absolutely adore that show. It was one of the most fun things I've seen in a while. And their score, it took me a couple of listens, but one of my favorites from that year. It's so fun. And they first came on my radar with The Haunting of Hill House. I love that score and the subsequent, scores they did for The Haunting of Hill House, The Bly Manor, and Midnight Mass. They seem to have been somewhat stuck on the horror genre, but I thought X-Men 97 showed their potential out of that genre, and I really would want to see more of them outside the horror genre. That's not to say they've done some pretty amazing work already in the horror space, but man, X-Men 97 were like, what a treat. Like, that was so fun. Like, forget about Avengers Doomsday or this new X-Men. I have a hard time seeing us getting a better X-Men story than X-Men 97 was, and I cannot wait for the continuation of that. All right, at number 9, I have Nicholas Britell. And what a year, right? Like, Jay Kelly and Andor Season 2. Andor Season 2 being among the best things on TV this year. Hard to top that. Obviously, Succession on my radar and Moonlight, so he's been on my radar. But, man, this year, I really, really responded to the Jay Kelly score. It was such a great score. And just based on his work so far and what he did this year, definitely on my list of I can't miss what he's doing. At number 8, this might be the newest addition to my can't miss list, but it's Cameron Moody. And he just came on my radar because I listened to the score for Washington Black. Oh my God, my jaw dropped when listening to this score. It was so classic film score. Oh man, that sound that it's just not that common these days, but all of us who enjoy this genre of music probably fell in love with to begin with. And wow, what a voice. Like, I can't wait to see where this career goes. I have a feeling I'm just gonna keep on devouring that score until I get to know more of his other works and what he does next. At number 7, I have Natalie Holt, and this is really based on Loki. I really, really liked her work on that score. I think the production design from Loki is among my favorite all times. The style, the vibe, the visual aspect of that show is really, truly one of a kind and one of my favorites. And I mean, if you follow my channel, Jigowatts, you can tell that I really gravitate towards that style, that cassette futurism, retrofuturism vibe. There's just something to it right now that I'm like addicted to it and gravitate towards too. And I think her music it's sick, man. I think it's the perfect companion to that style and that production design. At number 6, we have one of our first lanes, but it's McCreary. What a career so far. I mean, this guy he's conquered every medium. He's conquered TV, video games, film, and I just felt like with his Lord of the Rings of Power music, he kind of went to a Super Saiyan level that, I mean, maybe I haven't experienced from him, but it was like I don't know, Super Saiyan Level 4, Bro McCreary. My favorite score of his till this day is Black Sails. I adore that score. Like, it's pirate film music is among my favorite music, but that actually doesn't sound like a pirate's traditional film score like Cornwall or, Cutthroat Island, Jup Demi. But I just thought his approach was so authentic, to probably those stories in that era, and so metal. He always brings such metal swag, I feel like, to his music. He's just one of those like voices, an institution at this point that you have a recurring season pass to them, and you have to see what they do next. At number 5, I have Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. Now, they might not be everyone's cup of tea, but hey, they sure are mine. I mean,
I drink your milkshake.
When they released The Social Network and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, I kind of thought, all right, amazing work, but might be in this type. But then throughout the years, I mean, with Soul, Mank, and the Empire of Light, and that last one, Empire of Light, man, I've listened to that score. It's like among my most listened score if you looked at my Rune app. And Mank, it's just, they've definitely, for me, just shattered any kind of expectations that I had from them, and just elevated themselves to this genre. I was like, I have no idea what they're gonna do. They're not gonna sound, just like The Social Network. They're just great filmmakers at this point, and storytellers, and they're gonna do whatever is best for the score. And just some pretty amazing work so far. And I mean, Soul, oof, that cue with the epiphany, At number 4, we have another institution name. It's Michael Giacchino. He's still going strong. One of the best film score composer careers you can have, Michael Giacchino, probably, based on not only the quality of work, but the stories he's gotten to be a part of, the collaboration with filmmakers he's got to be a part of. One of the best scores of TV of all time, Laws, one of the most celebrated film scores, franchises. You got stuff like Jurassic World, Inside Out. I adore Tomorrowland. John Carter is one of my favorite all-time scores. Probably makes my top 10 all-time scores, yes, and that's his. Jupiter Ascending. Say whatever you want about the film, but the music is just fantastic. He's just still going strong, man. The Batman and Fantastic Four, he's just like one of those composers that you really can't do any better when it comes to big budget Hollywood film scoring. He just can deliver one of those scores like no one else right now. And yes, he's been on this list for a very long time and has no signs of jumping out of it. Hopefully he keeps going strong in one of the best film score careers you can have. Oh my God, I didn't even mention Star Trek. It's probably my favorite of his. Well, no, John Carter, but I don't know. But maybe like one of the best film scores of his, I think. So yeah, Michael Giacchino. I mean, come on. At number 3, I have Daniel Lopatin. I just saw Marty Supreme. I love the film. I love the score. I'm currently knees deep into the score, just devouring it, can't get enough of it. And Uncut Gems, when it came out, I loved the film. I also love the music, and I just feel like he is, honestly, just based on those two scores alone, he has a subscription pass for me for a couple of years. It'll take like a lot of scores to come out and for me to be like, for them to be off this list. But man, those two things, I just feel like he's, I just love his style. I love the aesthetics, the musical aesthetics, the textures he creates. So it might be like my flavor of music, but man, those two scores are just really special, and I just can't get it off of them. So I cannot wait to see what else he does. At number 2, one of my favorite all-time composers, and still remains on this list, but it's Daniel Pemberton. And what I love about Pemberton is, man, this guy, I feel like he can write a score based on a broom if he needed to, if it fits the story. Like, he does not have any rules, and that's what I love about him. He's not like, my default instrument is an orchestra or an electronic. He is just a blank canvas when it comes to film music, and that's one of the things I love about the medium, is how we can create any kind of music. He first came to my radar with the score for Steve Jobs. I absolutely adore that score. I love it. And that was on the electronic side, and I thought, oh, this is maybe his superpower. But no, after that, he's done almost every genre. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. was another great sort of like spaghetti western influence score. That was 2015, the same year as Steve Jobs. So those two works were like, holy moly, we got a power player here. We got a superstar in the making. And then after that, I love the documentary One Strange Rock he did. That's still more on the electronic side, but then he made Into the Spider-Verse, and he sort of graduated into this like just icon, I feel like, of film music, making just the kind of movies and film scores that are gonna go down in film music history and film history canon as like some of the best of the medium. Those scores for the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse are among the most creative film scores, I feel like, of the past 10 years. I just feel like with him, it's like every kind of genre, instrument, approach is on the table, and just embodies like this really true kind of like spirit of Goldsmith or James Newton Howard, like these chameleons of film music that just can't do any style of any genre. So yeah, I love Daniel Pemberton, and I actually want to make a video essay of his film work and exactly precisely about this. It's been on my wish list for a while, and hopefully I'll get to it one day. Number 1, to no surprise, on my can't miss list is Ludwig Göransson. I mean, now this guy is really doing truly something special in film music. I feel like we're in the presence of one of the best film composer careers in the making. I mean, if you were to come up with like the 2 most difficult thing that a film composer can do, would be 1, to write Star Wars music that doesn't sound like John Williams that people love. He did that with Mandalorian. 2nd, win an original score award, an original Academy Award for original score for a Marvel film, like with Black Panther. Like, what the hell? You know, it's like, again, man, it's just like Creed, Black Panther, Mandalorian are some of the most just instant classics. Oppenheimer, oh my God, Oppenheimer, like, talk about like coming in for Hans Zimmer and then basically blowing him out of the water. I don't know. It's like, with that collaboration with Christopher Nolan, Hans Zimmer is like one of those like all-time collaborations in terms of film history. You know, these like Danny Elfman, Tim Burton, John Williams, Spielberg, Hans Zimmer, and Christopher Nolan might be one of those that's currently being written, but like on par with that. And imagine if like someone came in and collaborated with Tim Burton and be like, oh, do we need Danny Elfman? Like that's the kind of thing with Ludwig. It's like, holy moly, he's like Oppenheimer is an amazing score. And then Sinners, like, talk about my favorite of 2025. That score is just truly special. The storytelling, the craft, the themes, everything just kicked in, and I was like lit on fire. Just like, it was so good. Fame career unfolding in front of our eyes. And yeah, he's number one on my I cannot miss anything that comes out. Those are my 10 composers right now that I can't miss. But what are yours, man? Please comment below, because maybe you can lead me into like another artist that it might not be on my radar, like there's a lot of music out there and film composers out there. So please, like, chime in. What are some of your favorites? Hopefully, like, I'll discover some new names, and maybe some of the here get bumped up because you nominate someone that's just like, whoa, just who is this? And so, yeah, please comment below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. It just means the world that you spend time with me and watching my channel. And I just cannot thank you enough. And I hope that you're having fun. And I'll continue to do my best to do like stuff content for you to enjoy. So thank you so much for supporting. And I'll see you in the next one.